Randall William Rhoads, born December 6, 1956, and died March 19, 1982, was an American heavy metal guitarist who was a founding member of Quiet Riot and both guitarist and co-songwriter for Ozzy Osbourne's first two solo albums. Originally educated in classical guitar, Rhoads combined these early influences with heavy metal, helping him to form a subgenre later known as neo-classical metal. With Quiet Riot, he adopted a black and white polka dot theme, which became an emblem for the group. He reached his peak as the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne's solo career, performing on tracks including Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley on the Blizzard Of Ozz album. Crazy Train features one of the most well-known heavy metal guitar riffs. He died in a plane crash while on tour with Osbourne in Florida in 1982. Despite his short career, Rhoads is regarded as a pivotal figure in metal music, credited with pioneering a fast and technical style of guitar soloing that largely defined the metal scene of the 1980s. He helped to popularize various guitar techniques now common in heavy metal music, including two-handed tapping, tremolo-barred dive bombs, and intricate scale patterns, drawing comparisons to his contemporary Eddie Van Halen. The Jackson Rhoads model guitar was originally commissioned by him. He has been included in several published greatest guitar lists and has been cited by other prominent guitarists as a major influence. Rhoads played his last show on Thursday, March 18, 1982, at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. The next day, the band was heading to a festival in Orlando, Florida, called Rock Super Bowl. Osbourne recalls his final conversation with Rhoads that night on the bus involved the guitarist admonishing him over his heavy drinking. The last thing Rhoads said to him that night was, "You'll kill yourself, one of these days." After driving much of the night, they stopped at Flying Baron Estates in Leesburg, Florida, to fix a malfunctioning air conditioning unit on the bus, while Osbourne remained asleep. On the property owned by the Calhoun Brothers Tour Bus Company, there was an airstrip with helicopters and a small plane. Without permission, tour bus driver and private pilot Andrew Aycock took a single-engine Beechcraft F-35 plane registered to a Mike Parton. On the first flight, Aycock took keyboardist Don Airey and tour manager Jack Duncan with him as passengers. During this first flight, Duncan later revealed that Aycock buzzed the bus in an attempt to wake drummer Tommy Aldridge. The group then landed, and a second flight soon took to the air with Rhoads and makeup artist Rachel Youngblood aboard. Though afraid of flying, Rhoads wanted to take some aerial photos of the countryside for his mother. The initial impact with the bus caused Rhoads and Youngblood's heads to crash through the plane's windshields. The plane then severed the top of a pine tree and crashed into the garage of a nearby mansion, bursting into flames. Rhoads, 25, was killed instantly, as was Aycock, 36, and Youngblood, 58. All three bodies were burned beyond recognition, and Rhoads was identified with dental records and personal jewelry. According to Sharon Osbourne, who was asleep in the bus and awoken by the crash, they were all in bits. It was just body parts everywhere. Keyboardist Don Airey was the only member of the band to witness the crash, as the rest were still asleep in the bus. In his account, he explained that he was standing beside the bus taking photos that he planned to give to Rhoads later. He told of seeing a struggle between Rhoads and Aycock in the cockpit as the plane approached the bus. Seconds before the crash, he gave the following eyewitness account. "I had my camera and was taking photos of the plane to give to Randy afterwards. I had my telephoto lens on and could tell there was some sort of struggle going on aboard the plane. The wings were rapidly tipping from side to side. At one point, the plane almost became perpendicular, no more than 6 feet off the ground. That's when I put down my camera and saw the plane right in front of me. I quickly crouched to avoid getting hit and looked over my shoulder and watched it clip the bus and crash into the tree and explode on impact into the garage." Randy Rhoads was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021.